I dropped music and nobody cared. Before we dive into this week's episode, and if it's your first time here, welcome. You're in the right place. I'm Adam Publicover, agency owner behind Publicover Media, where we help artists with modern music marketing. I'm also an artist, singer, songwriter, producer, and DJ, and the voice and host of RadioX. The reality of starting as an artist, let me tell you, the struggle was real. From releasing tracks with no traction to doubting my sound and comparing myself to others, I knew something had to change. I made the choice that I had to change to get to where I want to go. I have dreams and aspirations of playing Ultra Music Festival, DC, Oslands, Tomorrowland, and more one day. But those dreams were quickly dwindling as I wasn't gaining any listeners with the music I was releasing and sharing with the world. Of course, my dreams would seem like a fantasy, with just having 7 monthly listeners. If you can headline the world's biggest and best music festivals with only 7 monthly listeners, I'll gladly give you my business public over media for free. Jokes aside, for months on end, I was obsessing and thinking and figuring out in my mind how I was going to pull this off, growing my music and becoming a name for myself as an independent artist in the music industry without ever needing a record label. I personally despise record labels, but we'll chat about that subject in a future episode. Spoiler alert. They're thieves and they're ruining the music industry and they take and manipulate great artists. Circling back to the reality of starting as an artist and figuring out how I'm going to do this to be a successful independent artist, I decided and ultimately came to the conclusion that I needed to stand out. I had to do what no one else was doing. An important note, I look at my personal brand and business brand identically. They're both my identity. They're both me down to my soul, sharing the same core values and beliefs with consistency of relatable and valuable posts. Just different content I'm sharing between both my brands to convey specific messages to my target audiences. From Radio X episode 1, I shared my 5 failed media businesses and the lessons I learned. In that process, I did discover and successfully learn vital skills that I would eventually bring with me into my personal brand to grow my music. Those skills are strategy, creative content, and advertising. 10 years after the fact of learning those skills, I deliberately waited to put myself on game and put myself in front of my fans globally. I just had to creatively construct my framework and strategy, targeting my audience precisely how I needed to get the outcome I desired, and above all, documenting the process to fine tweak and tailor as needed, but ultimately to help more artists that I choose to work with and help grow their artist brand and music, just as I'm doing for myself. In my business, Public Over Media, we work directly with artists who I personally select and feel are a good fit among a few criteria details to align with our brand. Basically, I'm representing them better and greater than a record label could, with my name branded to boost their credibility on the content that my company is advertising for the artist. I do vet the artist personally and I get them seen and heard and genuinely grow their fan base, not just a short spike in stream boosts. I humbly and gratefully share that what I've created will make the record labels tremble. It's the dawn of a new era in music marketing, empowering artists for the first time ever to have complete and total control of their music rights, royalties, catalog, with having 100% creative expression of themselves and their brand. I genuinely feel that I failed at my 5 media businesses within the last 10 years to lead me to create, guide, and direct artists today to stay independent for their entire music career and put the money back in the pockets of the artists, not the nasty and corrupt record labels in the music industry. Like any good product or service of Public Over Media Music X, our music marketing service will evolve. But now I have leverage. I have finally created the formula and outcome I desired to 1, remain and stay independent as an artist for my music career, 2, grow as an artist, and 3, fulfill my dreams of one day performing at the biggest and best music festivals and even go on tour globally. Music taught consistency the same way business did. What you put in, you will get out, even if you can't see or know how it'll come back one day. I have the ability to help other artists make their dreams reality. It's truly a gift that I'm blessed to be able to share, but it's not for everyone. With great power comes great responsibility, and I want to not have an artist weaponize my work to put other people down for financial gain. There's nothing wrong with earning income within the music industry. It's a line of work. It is a profession. However, when you're just chasing a bag for money only, that's a problem. When you're following your passions and what you love to make money, that's a reward. It's important to share with you, nobody shows up for you at the beginning. You build that. I built that. And you can build an equivalent to my music X in your story too. I spent many nights alone, figuring out and writing down and just sitting and waiting. And it slowly just started coming together. And then I was connecting all the dots. And then I finally created my processes and systems for Music X. I always heard it's lonely at the top. That's some bullshit. It's loneliest when you're not pursuing your passions and dreams and can't relate with the people who are doing their normal life, going to the bars, getting trash, partying all night, and then going back to a 9 to 5 job and being miserable with your life. Having a job is great, but if you have the vision and dreams, you should be balancing your day job to help catapult you to making your dreams come true. I am so on fire and passionate with giving people the disciplinary truths of going after everything you want and more in your life and just saying fuck it and going for it. Keep your family and friends close. Share details when you're ready to share, not just to share because you're putting it together. Dream crushers will put out the work of your dreams when they can't see that it works with the proof of results. But when you do finally have the proof of results and show it's a working model, and there's nothing else like it in the world, then you'll hear they always believed in you and they knew you'd make it. Whatever. I'm still going to do me, work towards my goals. Keep your head level, tune out the noise, take ideas as they come. But if you decide that it doesn't feel right or aligns with you, just toss it away and spark new ideas to create and lead you into your next steps. Every step is just one step closer to achieving your dreams. I'm still taking and making my steps every day, but that's why I'm doing this podcast, to share my journey with you and for you to see that I started broke with nothing, never gave up on my dreams, and you're here on this journey with me as I'm making it. I'm just using my brands as my platforms on social media and YouTube to share my message as I'm making it in real time. Build what you can control in the moment. Let it flow to you naturally. Don't force it. The reality of starting as an artist, there's so much hype and excitement. Never lose sight of that and keep pushing with that drive. I'm just warming up and getting started. I have dreams of being the biggest name on earth in music, in business, travel, and in lifestyle. Go after your dreams. Don't let anyone defer you away from your vision. It keeps showing up because that vision wants you to follow and pursue it more than you want it. It wants you more. If you need advice to kickstart the engine to get rolling, engage with me on my social media profiles and YouTube, and I will personally respond with the truth. Please, I am asking you to not hold back. All ideas are welcome. And if someone who isn't me replies with something, anything but positive, helpful, or encouraging, they can go fuck themselves. Bring your vision, bring your energy, bring your all. If I can help you reach for the stars and become a superstar or a shooting star or any kind of star, it would mean the world to me knowing I was able to help you in your journey. I welcome talking with you, friend. In closing, just remember, if people say you've changed, you're damn right you did. You own that shit. You changed to become a better man or woman. You changed to make the changes in your life that you desire, and that's A-okay and very healthy. I encourage you to change for the better, because when you do, you'll create new creative works in the world and leave it better than we found it. It's times like these we need more creative innovators to stand up for us dreamers, to make the choice and begin taking action. If that starts with me and my generation and generations to come, I happily welcome the opportunity into my life, and I hope this encourages you to be a spotlight in someone's story too. My best piece of advice I'm going to give you this week: you no longer have to go at it alone or figure it out anymore. I did the hard work, my 10,000 hours. So now you can get the rewards. You just have to become a better, changed person for yourself to prove to yourself that you're worthy of obtaining your goals, and not to prove to others. Fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck what someone else thinks about me and going after my goals. They're my goals. I'm going after them whether they like it or not, or say something that tries to persuade me not to. Newsflash, there's nothing a single person can say that will stop me from going and getting my goals. That's facts. I'm always going to encourage you and hype you up to push yourself in the best and healthiest ways possible, to go after your dreams, to pursue that vision, and lastly, make that guala. Holla. In this week's episode, I shared when I dropped music and nobody cared, covering the experience of releasing songs with no traction, doubting my sound, and comparing myself to others. I touched on music teaching me consistency the same way business did, and nobody showed up at the beginning. You build that. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode on RadioX, and I'm looking forward to sharing a new episode with you every week on Friday. Until next Friday, this is Adam Publicover, signing off.